Hello, I'm Jack.
And I'm Eleanor.
And welcome to episode 3 of Wight Wanderers Disused Railway Lines of the Isle of Wight. Today we are walking the oldest railway on the island. The Cowes and Newport Railway was built in 1862, running 4.5 miles in length along the western bank of the River Medina. Initially there were only 2 stations on the line until Mill Hill was built in 1871 to passenger shipyard workers to and from the docks. Then in 1878 Medina Wharf opened to supply coal and goods to the island. Soon after, a platform was constructed here to serve the workmen. Finally, in 1905, another halt was constructed at the cement mills further down the line, although some sources state that a halt may have existed here as early as the 1870s. So you can probably see behind me, just about, you can see the old power station through the gates there, and over there is Newport station. We've just come down here to film it because the Medina Way is very noisy, so you can't really hear us. But from here, we're going to walk up along the railway line, along the River Medina to Cowes. Newport Station was the hub of the Isle of Wight Central Railway network, with 4 lines branching north, south, east and west to various locations across the island. The alignment of the line out of Newport to Cowes is now a business park, which has totally obliterated what was once a busy railway, engine shed and goods sidings. The first part of the line that is actually traceable is in Medina Riverside Park by Newport Rowing Club. From here the route quickly becomes more and more scenic. Little is left of any railway infrastructure, so we tightened our laces and pressed on. As we cross Dodner Lane, the alignment curves softly to the right before crossing the water at Dodner Nature Reserve. Here, the viaduct has been replaced, but a quick look underneath reveals what appears to be the original railway structure. A short detour to Dodner Causeway reveals the structure from a distance. From this point you can also spot the PS Ride, a paddle steamer which once used to be a nightclub, unfortunately now is beyond repair and due to be scrapped. This was also the site of the original cement kilns, which were only rediscovered as recently as 2017 when contractors cleared the site as part of a funded project. So as you can see, we're just in front of the old cement kilns. You probably hear the birds, they're very loud. The viaduct's just over here. In 1879, when the line from Newport to Sandown was finally connected to Newport, it meant that they could run trains from here at the cement mills down to the quarry at Shide, and which of course was very important for business. The only downside to this place though was of course the smell itself, and there was one person in particular that complained about it, who was
Her Majesty Queen Victoria. So there were accounts that she complained about the smell from her residence Osborne House, which is 2 miles away.
The undergrowth around Cement Mills Hull was cleared in 2009 to reveal a wooden structure still standing. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the site has seen a strimmer or a sickle for a while. From here, we continue up the western bank of the River Medina, to the site which once was the Werra Brickworks. Now it's here that we'd like to actually ask you a question, because as far as we know there are 3 intermediate stops or halts on this line. So there's Medina Wharf, there is Mill Hill and there is Cement Mills Halt. But while we were doing research for this line, we came across something a bit puzzling and very interesting. On this OS map from 1947, we can see the Cement Mills Halt depicted as a black rectangle filled in with diagonal lines next to the running line. If we move on up the line to the brickworks on the same map, there doesn't seem to be anything resembling a platform or structure next to the line. Of course, why would there be? On an earlier OS map though, published in 1866, there's this structure. It appears to be similar in shape and close to the running line, as you would expect a platform to be. We can't find anything about it online. Was there a station here? Was there a halt here? Was one planned but never built? Or did it just happen to be a building that was demolished earlier on that was very close to the line? Please let us know if you do know, because we'd be very interested to find out. There are in fact no less than 2 brickworks here. Where brickworks founded by one Albert Edward Flux, said to be built on the site of a previous brickworks dating back to the early 1800s, of which not much is known about. And further up, Chambler's brickworks, managed by Edmund Pritchett from 1846. It seems to be around this area on the map that the mystery structure appears. The next stop on the line is Medina Wharf, which dates back to the 1870s and was extensively improved in 1928 by the Southern Railway, when most coal and goods imports were shifted from St Helens to Cowes itself. Though the line was closed in 1966, the goods traffic continued for another year. It is hard to imagine where the layout of the sidings would have been, though this sole remaining post in the undergrowth may offer a clue, as it resembles this one in a photo from 1955. The halt itself, though, unfortunately, is long gone. As we walk past the site of the now long demolished gasworks near Smithard's Lane, we travel up Arctic Road, alongside the new build properties which were constructed on the path of the old railway line. Here we reach this small remaining corner of railway history. Mill Hill Station is now a cosy little park, but there's no missing the obvious clue to its railway past. The platform edge also is still visible. Just around the corner along St Mary's Road, hidden away at the back of another park, is the North Portal. The tunnel itself was 208 yards long and the first railway tunnel constructed on the Isle of Wight. From this point, an overbridge carried the line over St Mary's Road before heading under Granville Road Bridge, curving sharply into the north terminus at Cowes. Here, unfortunately, all is gone of the railway and replaced by recent developments, though on this map you can just about see where the line would have been. And here we are at Cowes Station, once a busy terminus for trains all the way from Ryde and from Ventnor and Newport. Now it's an M&S, and the only clues to his past glory are perhaps 1 or 2 street names and not much else, unfortunately. Cowes is a busy tourist hotspot famous for hosting one of the longest running regattas in the world. Unfortunately, the railway was axed in 1966 and none of its infrastructure remains. So next time you're cramped on the number 1 bus in a traffic jam along Newport Road, just remember 60 years ago you could have got the train. So well done, Mr. Beeching. Thank you for watching once again, and we had a lot of fun filming this video. Please like and share and subscribe, and we'll see you for episode 4.
Bye.